working on these 3 undershirts, and I want to just give you a little bit of information about them. They are on my website, on my journal post. So you may have already seen these, but I wanted to share a little bit of particulars about how things went, because these are like my go-to such fabulous garments. So check out this white one first. These are kind of 3 different directions I take. The white one is a man's t-shirt. I usually get like an extra, extra large. And there's a couple things happening. If you've seen the blog post, you might remember that I open it on the side first, and then I ease stitch right here. So I've opened my my binding, which I made from from a piece of the t-shirt, and I ease stitch right here, because a man's t-shirt is not meant for a female body. So what that does is it gives you fullness in the bust. You don't have to make a dart. So when I put this on and I stretch it slightly, it gives a little bit of poof right here. This is like the magic thing right here. This is such a cool trick. So instead of putting the t-shirt back together the way it was, the whole reason to open the side seam is that you can overlap it. And you can see I've overlapped it quite a bit. So the back goes under, the front goes to the back. And as I overlap it, if I create a shadow there, you can see what happens. A couple things happen. First of all, it leaves a slit on the side. It gives more room for your hips, and it drops it to the front. So you can see right here, the front is now longer because I've dropped it down at the top. All good. All those things are good for most of the ways that women look in their clothes. So now I've got this really great undershirt. For, it was a brand new shirt, but it was just a thrift store purchase, and I love that I've got this white one to wear. So let me show you this one right here. So this is 2 layers. So I bought this, and the black is bias on the top, and the underneath green one is not bias. Those 2 pieces came together. However, they did not fit. So in the journal post, you can see that I've added this black knit panel to the sides. This is kind of like quick sew. There's nothing about that that's going to become important. If I hadn't told you that, you might not have even noticed. But I look for a t-shirt that's a similar weight, just so it's not really noticeable. I also added the black trim, and then this little tiny bit of it at the neck, just like a nice little detail. I did cut it off at an angle so I can see more of whatever I'm wearing underneath. And I added that black trim with a zigzag stitch, and then I kind of cut it afterwards. I cut a strip, I put it on, and I just love this one because, wear like a small shrug over the top, and I get a little more detail and interest over the bottom. The minute I take the green piece away and wear it over a pair of pants, you're never going to see, your eye will kind of go all the way down the pants and up into this little black piece. But the fact that it's on the bias made me buy it. I thought it would fit, but it was too tight. So that was my other little quick remake thing, was adding the knit t-shirt on the side. So love that one. And look at this one. So this one is starting from fabric, and you probably have a t-shirt pattern you really love. And what I do is I start with a neck hole. I start with a piece, I make a neck hole and shoulder seams. And so whatever I'm doing with the neck hole, and this one is a nice asymmetrical design. I love the way the stripes work. More details on doing that in the journal post. And so I make the top. This is all open on the sides. So I'm always leaving that side seam open and putting, binding the armholes, doing whatever I'm going to do first, and then putting the side seams together last so I can kind of get the fit I want. Now notice, the other thing to notice about this one is, yes, I have used the single knit in the other direction. It's supposed to go around your body. I don't know about you, but stripes around my body are not the most flattering thing that I could be wearing. So I am using it in the other direction, which means it's stretchier this way, but it has some spandex in it, so it's not going to like get really long as I wear it over time. And I've got a simple cut edge on the bottom, which I really, really like. So interesting design with the 2 different lengths. I tend to leave slits on the side a lot because I just think they add interest to a garment. And because I put a seam in the back so I can bring it in a little bit right here, and I bind those armholes. And then the last thing, remember, is sewing the side seam. So you can make the cool neck hole, figure out where your armholes or your finish needs to be for sleeveless, and then put it over your head, and then pin it in and see where you want it to be to fit a little snugger because you're going to wear it underneath something.